What's up, Skyline? Uh, Again, my friend Ian is going to do a video for us. This one's pretty cool. I got to help out with some of the filming and ask some questions, and I think you'll enjoy it, though it might be a little creepy.
Hello again. So, have a new guest today here in my hand. Pinky is a pink-toed tarantula. She is actually pet of one of my other coworkers, Anne-Marie, who has been kind enough to let us see some of her tarantulas. She has several. These guys, tarantulas, are spiders. They are not insects, however. Insects have 6 legs, where spiders have 8 legs. So you can count the legs there. And even though you can't really see it right now, another way to tell spiders, apart from insects, is their body section. Spiders have a thorax in the middle where all the legs connect, and their head is also part of that. And then the abdomen. Right now she's kind of curled up. She's pretty calm right now, so I don't want to scare her or anything and make her run around. But hopefully some of the others you'll be able to see the different body parts.
So Ian, how dangerous is Pinky here?
Not really dangerous to humans. She has venom. All spiders have venom. But that's really only dangerous to their prey, which in her case is going to be insects like crickets or worms, things of that nature. And her venom could definitely kill those animals, but to people, it would be like a bee sting. Now, I am wearing gloves, and that is for my protection, but not from the venom. All of those hairs on her body serve many different purposes, and one of those purposes is as defense. She will actually flick those hairs out. It's kind of like getting splinters in your skin. So not pleasant. So that's why I'm wearing gloves. But another benefit or another purpose, I should say, of those hairs is actually hearing. They will use those hairs to feel vibrations in the air, which is what sound is. And instead of having an eardrum like we do, those hairs vibrate, and that is how she hears. So she's able to hear with her whole body rather than just her ears, which is pretty neat. So I'm about to put Pinky back. She's been out for several minutes. Want to make sure that she's not too scared or anything. And she's been really calm, but want to put her back. She also has some food waiting for her. And she might not want to move. We'll see.
Oh, looks like you made a friend, Ian.
So I'm just going to carefully nudge her. You can see her uncurling her legs. And now you can also see the thorax and the abdomen too. So here we have her silk, her webbing. All spiders do produce silk and make webs, but not all of them have those really beautiful geometric webs that hang from branches. Tarantulas have this cobweb material that they make, and they make little shelters that they then hide in. Some spiders, the ones that you see with the webs in the branches, that is a trap that they wait for a flying insect to come and get stuck in, where these guys use this to make a home, a shelter for themselves, and they wait underneath leaves or in a hole in the ground, and then once something comes by, they quickly lash out and grab it and then bring it in. And that silk is really, really strong. It doesn't seem very strong. I can kind of pull it apart. But what I'm doing here is I'm actually pulling apart strands from other strands. I'm not actually ripping it. It is incredibly strong. If you had a piece of silk as thick as this copper wire, that silk would be at least 3, times stronger than this copper wire. It's incredibly strong. And the United States military has actually looked into research of making bulletproof vests out of this stuff. And it works, but it's just so expensive, they don't do it. All right, so here we have another spider named Goliath, and aptly named because he is a Goliath bird-eating tarantula. Now, despite the name, they don't usually go after birds. In fact, the only bird that these guys have been known to eat are hummingbirds, so very small. But he is going to get much bigger. He can get, including his legs, up to 12 inches in diameter, about the size of a dinner plate. So they are very big, but mostly they eat the same stuff as the other tarantulas. Insects, caterpillars, worms, small baby mice, and other small rodents. Might eat birds, but usually not. Besides, birds are in the air, and as I mentioned before, these guys stay down on the ground. So it'd be very rare for them to get a hold of a bird anyway.
So you mentioned that they get to about 12 inches. Will you tell us a little more about that?
Sure. So like pretty much all animals, these guys grow as they age, as they get older. And when we grow, our skin and our muscles grow with us and get bigger as we get bigger. We do have to get new clothes as we get bigger. You don't wear the same clothes that you wore when you were 2 years old. But these guys, they don't wear clothes, but instead they have an outer layer of skin, an exoskeleton, that does not grow with them. So they actually have to shed that. Their skin gets duller and harder, and then they end up growing new skin underneath and breaking that old skin open and coming out. And those are called sheds. And a lot of animals shed. We actually shed hair and also dead flakes of skin. But these guys will shed their entire skin all at once, their entire exoskeleton. Snakes do that, but theirs is actual skin closer to our skin, where these guys, their skin is an exoskeleton. It's a hard shell almost, and it's over their entire body, and it all comes off at once.
Yeah.
So I know that these animals can be scary. They're really weird and different from us, but hopefully learning about them and seeing other people handle them and talk about them has helped ease some of those fears. There's some similarities, there's certainly a lot of differences, but the more we know about something, usually the less we're afraid of it. So hopefully that's helped ease some of your fears.